Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty on all counts. Why this should be important to you. Hey there, this is Tom and Tom's Talk Show today. We just saw a very, very emotional afternoon watching the Kyle Rittenhouse jury come back and say, after 4 days of deliberation, it seemed like it could have gone any which way. Knowing all the things that we know about, people in the news and people out there who are going to potentially do violence and things like that because of this trial and what's going on. So why is this important? One, the biggest thing is obviously for me, just watching this kid, who thought, I did dumb things when I was a kid. None of it was going and protecting a neighborhood. None of it was going protecting family, friends, and property. None of it was that. So this kid actually went and did something, to help with everything going on. And that should be commended. That should not be discouraged. And if you want to turn the tide in a reaction in the general public, so half of the fear, right, is if you have people coming down the street and going to hurt people, half of it is you stay inside, lock your doors, keep everybody out, don't let everybody come near you, and make sure that your family's safe. The other side is you go out and protect your neighbors and you protect yourself. And maybe with this, more people will go and stand out and protect their neighborhoods and be able to protect, the people around them. Where before, if this had gone guilty, it would have been very difficult, right? You would have known that anytime you stepped out that door, if you had your weapon on you, you have no ability to protect yourself because this sets precedents. So once you have a precedent set, then it gets very, very difficult, to go against that in any situation. So it was very, very important. Here we've gone to Florida, and now we're in, the amazing state of Florida. Thank you, Governor DeSantis, for all that you do, because, man, the state is just amazing. You feel so much. You can't understand how much more free you feel just moving from California, from near Los Angeles, California, to, we're basically rural Florida. We're out of, a little ways out of town. We got everybody around us has property and stuff, and there's animals and farm stuff, everything around here. But there was you get people who are going up and down the street, and they've got, a little golf cart. They go down to the store or whatever, corner store, and then they go back and forth. They got a golf cart. What's on the back of the golf cart? There's a gun rack, and there's a rifle sitting in that gun rack on their golf cart going up and down the street. Would you ever find, oh man, people in California would go berserk if they saw that. Man. But now we've got Kyle. He's innocent, as we all knew. They're trying to get it down to some, oh, you play video games. No, it's nothing to do with anything. If you play video games and you have extreme Asperger's and you can't understand right from wrong, why are the parents letting you do that? But if you're a normal kid playing video games, it has nothing to do with anything at all. They kept trying to drag this down. So it's just crazy that we had to go. I almost burst into tears for the kid, just that, he goes there trying to protect. People are trying to, beat his head with skateboards that can kill you. Friend of my kids had a friend who was just riding a skateboard, flipped on the skateboard and landed on his head and killed him. Killed the kid. Skateboards can be very dangerous. That's like, very hard plastic and metal in there. Beating somebody with one of those with a full swing. That's all. That's almost like a baseball bat hitting somebody with that. There's all that weight with the chuck back there, the blocks back there. that, definitely every part of it, you could see that he was in fear of his life, and that it was only going to one way if he hadn't defended himself. And I think this, I plan on here in Florida, we have guns, and we're going to be taking some gun refresher courses, and then from there I'm going to take and get my concealed carry here in Florida. So it's that if I'm gonna go somewhere where we don't know what's around, I mean, I would take the gun and throw it in the truck, right? And now with this, it's like, okay, I can protect myself. I can take my gun, throw it in my truck, and hopefully know that if somebody comes at me, that I'm going to be able to defend myself, defend my family. Right? That's huge. That's just huge. So, and why so many? And this is what really irritates me. I think the most is a bunch of the blue checkmark Twitterati are out there saying, "Let's go to the streets. Let's burn stuff. Let's do all this violence and everything else." And does Twitter do anything about it? No, because they feed into their Twitter left-wing narrative. So if this would have been somebody on the right saying, let's be calm, let's get the facts, let's find out, I'm sure he's innocent, before this all, oh, you're generating hate, and you get shut down. Right? It's so one-sided and lopsided. There's so many. That's why it's nice. There's so many other new. And what's going to happen, right? Is Twitter's going to die because it's only going to be one-sided conversation because the other side's going to leave. So, and that's already happening with video services like Rumble and Locals and things like that. So there's a lot of different things that are out there for you to go to and have real good conversation. And that's all it really takes, is just sit down and have a conversation. There's no reason to go and do anything violent or anything. Go sit down somewhere with the other side and have a conversation. We've kind of lost that in the country, and I'm hoping that through this, that we can get back to that, where we can sit down, have a conversation, and say, this is what I feel and what I believe. Let me let me make you understand why I believe what I believe, and you tell me what you believe and why you believe that, right? And maybe we can find something in the middle that's like, oh, I understand what you're talking about. I may not agree with it, but I understand, right? That's civility. That's that's what makes us above Aborigines and stuff and cavemen. That's what makes us better people, right? So thank goodness he's innocent. It was just man, that was rough, and I think it says a lot. I think it's going to be good. And hopefully there's no violence or anything else. Hopefully they can keep the city locked down and, keep people from doing dumb things. And maybe because of this, more regular citizens will come out and say, not in my town. And maybe that's just what it's going to take to start that fire. To start building people back up to say, yeah, no, we're not handling this. No, we're not burning anything down anymore. So it's time to fight back. It's time to stand for our community, stand for our country, and stand for the other people in our communities. All right. Well, thanks for watching this. Do you think the decision was correct? Do you think that he should have been guilty or not guilty? What do you think of the prosecution? Should they be reprimanded in any way, for their inept ability? I mean, the one prosecutor grabbing the AR-15 and pointing it with his finger on the trigger point. Oh, my gosh. That has no clue of etiquette. Kyle knows gun etiquette better than the prosecution does. Holy cow. That was crazy. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to my new channel. Like, share, subscribe. Get this channel going. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.